thank you so much for choosing to watch this video, I guess. It is about how I am tapping more into my femininity and like stuff, behaviors, and not just actions but also ways of thinking, which help me to connect more with the divine feminine. I hope you like it. It's I'm not talking to the camera because I'm super awkward talking to the camera, so it's like a voiceover, and I have some clips from today, like of like recording music, dancing, random stuff, so it's kind of like a podcast format.
The first thing would be dancing and music in general. Before, I always used to get things done quickly. I get up, shower, bam, done. But I feel like when you play music and you kind of dance a bit and see it more playful, you are more in the moment and you make the moment beautiful. It's so much more enjoyable instead of seeing it as like task. You just see it as an experience, and I love it, especially if you play empowering music. And another thing which I realized like today and yesterday is like is a big thing. Don't judge your actions. Don't judge what you do, because once you judge it, because you do it anyways, right? And then like either do it or don't do it, but don't judge it, because the moment you judge it, you take away the gratitude for that thing. Like for example, let's say you eat food that you consider not to be that healthy, and instead of judging yourself for eating it, just be grateful that you have the luxury of eating it. The same with like sleeping in. Like if you sleep in, don't judge yourself for it and don't think, oh, the day is gone or I'm not productive or whatever. Just see it as a luxury that you have the ability to sleep in, and that way you have way more gratitude and like you enjoy the thing that you do. And then it's more rejuvenating as well, because if you just do it and then you judge yourself for it, it's not rejuvenating at all, it's more stressful. But if you just do it and you enjoy it, like after that you might be ready to do other greater things, because then you kind of rejuvenate it. Thing which helps me a lot is to choosing to be more joyous and like bliss, like experience more bliss and more happiness. And I realized that I have two patterns. Our identity is just like a pattern of like thinking, and it helps me to think as well that habits are not just things that you do, but it's also ways in which you think. So I realized that I have this old pattern of me which I'm trying to let go, and if I fall into it, I victimize myself, and it's more like a disempowering pattern, and I feel like I grew up with that and it kind of feels familiar, so sometimes it's hard to let go of it. But I'm so grateful that I'm realizing that is literally just a pattern and I can let go of it. And the way I do that is sometimes it's not doing, because I used to think, oh, what can I do next? What can I do next to feel good? But sometimes it's more about like how you think. So instead of thinking, oh, I have to do this to feel good, I have to do sports, or I have to I'm just thinking I want to be more the other personality. I'm just thinking, no, that's not me. Like when I have those thoughts of not feeling that great, I'm just thinking, no, that's not me, that's just my old pattern. Like my new pattern is like blissful and happy and appreciating, and that way it's like super easy to let go. Like you just don't entertain those thoughts, like those victim mentality thoughts and like, or whatever it might be for you. Don't entertain those empowering thoughts in your head. Don't entertain those disempowering thoughts in your head, and just say, no, it's not me, and then you put your focus on something else. So like for example, then you could think of something that you're grateful for instead, or you could think of like how you want your life to be. You could have a look at like your vision board or whatever, and then maintain, like stay more in your imagination instead of your memory. And that is what helps me a lot to shift from that old pattern and that old way of thinking to my new one that I have now. And also always like from situations and from people outside, always think like everybody has your best interest at heart, and think of the best possible reason why certain people did something, or why, like for example, if somebody like hurts you or whatever, just think they didn't know better. They acted as good as they could in that moment. And that way you don't become bitter, like you stay like joyous and blissful and happy, because that's like a main, like is like a major thing, you know, with the femininity. Like don't let yourself become bitter, just like, you know, maintain your lightheartedness, like it's super beautiful, and your playfulness. And another thing is not limiting my excitement. I used to think like I have to put a cap on my excitement, because sometimes I can get like very excited and like happy and like loving, and then sometimes I feel like I have to play it a little bit more cool, or you know, like not let it show. And then even like that trickled down, even when I was by myself, I was not like letting myself just laugh or like just get excited about like little things. And now like my new pattern is like I'm just getting so excited, and I don't stop myself from getting excited. I don't know, like I don't know if that's just for me, but like I'm just like a very excited person, I think. But I didn't realize, because society taught me to not show too much love, not show too much excitement. But I don't think that's accurate anymore. So the world is changing, and it's moving more into the feminine frequency anyways. So because it has been like super overly masculine, and and I feel like it's fine to show like your love and your appreciation and excitement, and like it helps me also to keep like lighthearted and playful. Another thing which helps me a lot is to talk to the source, or to God, or to the universe, or like whatever like power you believe in. I recently started doing it because I literally asked for like a stronger connection, and it's so magical because sometimes through like little things, as if the universe is like talking to me. I never know how to call it, like God, the source, universe, but whatever. Yeah, it's so beautiful, and if you talk to it, like you know you are protected. It's just nice if you know you have something which is protecting you, and where you can 100% trust that it has your best interest at heart. Because if something bad happens, you can know, or that it's probably in your best interest, because otherwise it wouldn't happen for you. There might be like a lesson in there you have to learn for like your future success, or for your future life, or whatever. And yeah, and it's just nice to have that like direct connection. Definitely try talking, and like say what you want, and like, you know, express your gratitude. And it's basically like praying. And it's super cool. I really like it. But I make it like very casual anyways, like as if it's a very close friend or something. And if you do that, it also helps you to let go more, and not having to control everything and be overly proactive, because you know you're backed, you know, you have a divine protection, divine guidance, so you don't have to feel like you have to do everything by yourself. Okay, and the last thing that I wrote down that I'm currently practicing to get more in touch with my divine feminine is to work through inspired action rather than like forced action. I feel like if I force something, the outcome most of the time is not that well. But instead of doing stuff, I first like center myself again, and I speak to source, and I ask, you know, to get like back into that high frequency, like into that high like frequency of inspiration again. And then when I'm in that frequency, then I love to do stuff. But if I'm in a lower frequency, I ask for guidance on like how to get back into that higher inspired frequency, because I feel like if you work from inspired action, it's so much more magical and so much more fun. And forcing things sometimes can make you frustrated, or it makes me frustrated at times. Yeah, so experiment with it, you know. I hope this helped. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you.
Competition don't reach me no more. Feeling so secure, in touch with my feminine core. Competition don't reach me no more. Feeling so secure, so close to source.